just over 2 hours away from the final round of my first ever MA1 tournament, my first ever 3-day tournament. I'm sitting in second place, 4 strokes off the lead because I double bogeyed the last hole of the last round. Still having a fine tournament overall, but I really need to do something today to get the win. And for help, my wife Chris is gonna be on the caddy with me. Honestly, the reason that I think this will be helpful is you're always just talking to your card mates, and I'd rather have someone who's only on my team that I can just bounce ideas off of, so I'm not bouncing ideas off of them. And just to reset my mental state, she'll be really good for that in case anything goes bad or anything goes really well, because the last bigger tournament that I played, I had 4 strokes going into the back 9 and I lost because I just got too confident and I wasn't still playing my game. I was just maintaining instead of still pushing and doing what I know I can. So all of this though is contingent on whether or not there is going to be a round, because if you look at the weather forecast right now, it is not looking good. I tee off at 1050, 60% thunderstorms, 100, 100, 90, 90, 90, 70, 70, 80, 80. So really hope that it never really gets close to the farms that I'm going to be playing at. But I want the win. I really want to play this final round. I really want to see what playing a 3-round tournament feels like, because I've never done that before, and it would really suck to have that stop short. All right, really hoping that the weather just stays looking like this. Looks like we are on today. Weather should be like this at least through about 1 o'clock, where there might be some rain coming, but hopefully no thunderstorms. Time to get warm, get some food in my body. Got an hour till tea time. Let's just have a good last round. Play well, play smart, and I think that with the skills that I have, if I play smart, I can take it down. We'll see. I am making one quick change to my bag though, because I noticed that when I beat in this evader, it's still so stable. I need to throw it in. There's so many more trees apparently. So I'm gonna take it out and just keep this evader, which is pretty much the same stability. And I think that's all I need. I might bring one more Thunderbird as just a backup Thunderbird. I'm gonna bring my yellow one, because that's the one that I have been bagging for a while, and I just replaced it with my purple one, which is the same stability. I don't know, something, I have just more confidence, I guess, with it. Those are the quick changes. All right, watch your head. Threw some forehands real fast after doing that little warm up, and it feels like I have some forehand back. I just think on like my up shots, I might need to be discing up a little bit. Go with my instincts, see what feels right. Normally when I second guess myself is when I make bad decisions. Feel warm, feel ready. Just up to how I play today. I'm gonna play well. I'm confident. No matter what happens, I'm gonna be proud of at least my first 2 rounds. And I will definitely be proud of this round. No matter what, it's either gonna be a learning experience or a winning experience or both. And I say top 3 podium, I'm pretty happy with still. And with that, we move on to hole number 1, which is 580 feet with a big water carry. I throw my more stable drive, honestly on a really good line, just trying to get out about 400 feet, and I push it 450 into the side of the hill. Just pitch up a zone for my second and make my birdie. But here on hole 2, I hit the first available tree with my drive, then I throw my fuse way past the basket, and this is my putt for 3. Honestly thought that I made that. At this point, I was still in run everything mode because I really needed to gain some strokes if I was planning on winning. The next hole was another super long par 3, 420 feet. I actually hit the gap with my river and made a 40-ish foot step putt for the 2. And then hole 4 was the first par 4 of the day. 870 feet. There's only a par 5 on this layout, but for the tournament it was a 4. Honestly, should have gotten the par. I was never playing for the birdie. I don't even think I can reach it. I thought my flippiest ride wasn't as flippy as it was. Ended up turning it over, leaving myself about 100 past the basket on my 3rd shot, so I just had to pitch up for 4, tap in for a bogey 5. Hole 5 threw a really good shot with my zone, and now you're seeing the putt. Still feeling really good through 5 holes, and on hole 6 you can tell in the drive, because this goes about 410 feet, slightly uphill. Honestly, give myself a really open look through my zone, and because I had a weird stance on the hill, I really did not put it as right as I needed to. It took a par. Then hole 7 was a 513 foot par 4, which I took a pretty simple birdie on. Now we'll see the drive for hole number 8.
Stay in the middle.
It did not stay in the middle. I had a decent look with the fuse, and I honestly left it a little bit left. And then I had a solid upshot to save the par. Once again with my zone, didn't leave it right enough. That was unfortunately my putt, and I had to take another bogey. This, I think, was the most unfortunate hole of my tournament. I hit the cage on my drive, and I hit the cage again on my first putt. Hit the tree on my second putt. I really need to learn how to anti-putt, and you'll hear what happened. I just hit the cage for an ace and 4-putted to take a double bogey. I just didn't rest. Chris doesn't tell me my breath's been fast. That's hole 9. I'm 7 strokes back to the lead now, 1 stroke back of second place because we flip-flopped. He took a 3. I'm honestly just trying now to not let that affect the rest of my round, and yeah, a birdie out. I mean, there's still a chance, as always. It's a good learning experience. I've not been as clean as I want to be. Just really need to make sure that I play my game, you know, play simple. Nice shot, just finish out strong. So I asked Carissa to start recording essentially every shot starting after that quadruple putt because I wanted to see how I bounced back and to show you guys just in case it was decent. Here's my first drive. Honestly was trusting that pretty decent because it was right to left wind and left myself in a really good place for this par 4. There's a right to left,
Just
so I
jump my
trusted
puddle.
it.
Yeah, that was nice. Good job, man.
Thank you.
This guy could never let me have one by myself.
Good putt.
That hole felt really good. Just good disc selection, good putt, left myself 20 feet. Now we're on to another par 4, about 680 over the hill. Bigger water carry than I wanted because that disc just kept flipping. I did not put hyzer on that like I wanted to. Here's my lie. I'm taking my most stable ride, and honestly just from a standstill, giving it a big huck. I think I probably got about 250 feet because I really didn't have a good run up and I didn't want to try to force it. So I just pitched down towards the basket and took my par.
Sorry, I keep talking. You're trying to
You're
film.
fine.
It's been hours editing my voice.
No, Eric, I'm going to edit in your voice. But here we are on the next hole. Honestly, one of the more straightforward ones with this simple hyzer line with an overstable putt and approach disc. Way too weak. Yep, that sums it up. A little bit too weak. Left myself outside the circle on the easiest hole probably here.
Nice.
Circle 2 putting wasn't feeling too bad today though, so decided to make my second one of the day. On to the next drive, which is really where I realized I need to learn my bag a little bit more. I threw an evader on a hyzer line, and you saw it just stand up and turn. So I had to just pitch out, thought I had a pretty easy up and down for the 4.
Oh, way early.
Very, very early release, so I have to come up off the hill. I was honestly trying to give this a little bit of a run, but I had a lot of foliage in my stance that didn't make it comfortable for me to get any power. So running this really wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. Took another bogey. On hole 14, somehow I found it in myself to trust this evader again. Maybe I should be throwing Thunderbird here, but I decided to leave this out. The hole is down the hill, 398. If you go just past that yellow basket and go skip down the hill, you're in a pretty good spot. I wanted it to keep going a little bit more to the left, but ended up being a decent shot. I put so much pressure on myself, and there's no reason to. Just have fun, especially my first MA1 tournament. I've been playing less than 8 months. I'm still playing good, you know? Just need to have fun. That's all. Here's a quick picture of where my drive was. You can see the basket, so I just pitched up a little jump putt, thinking it'd be perfect.
Oh, no. It dropped. Did it?
It's okay. I'm pretty sure it's on me.
And it rolled quote-unquote OB. I had some questions about that, so here's me playing a provisional. Because it's not listed on PDGA or the caddy book that this was OB, but it was flagged off. My disc isn't in the water, it's dry. So I took my meter and played a provisional off the water, and then I took a meter off of what the OB line would be and played my shot. That way we can ask the TD at the end. That's the best way to play it if you don't know what to do. So another bogey is probably what I'm going to end up taking there in my head. And I'm like, how do I finish these last 4 holes in a good way? Actually, Carissa asked me, what is the best win for these last 4 holes? And I said, hey, let's try to birdie out. So here's hole 15, another simple looking par 4, just up to that white basket, about 560 feet. I figure if I just throw something safe up the hill, I can knock off 360 to 400. Honestly, maybe get a little more than that. And here we have my upshot. I throw a pure, trying to lay up, but I throw it a little bit too hard. It was almost a bid for the basket, skipped off the rocks way down the hill, and left me with this putt.
Nice.
So 1 out of the last 4 birdied. We move out to hole 16, which is an 840, maybe 880 foot par 5. Basically just following this road that whole way. I decided to throw my Orbit Grace, which I have beaten a little bit. And I think I threw it on a little too much hyzer because I thought it was going to just flip, ride a little bit to the right. But I also might have thrown it a little bit weaker than I could have been. Before this, they were saying, don't go left. You'll be in some trees. I had a way to pitch out, so I pitch out my river. Not pitch out, I throw it. I thought if I got past that last tree, I would have a really, really good line. Still from here, I've range found it. I'm 415 feet to the tree that's in front of the basket. And this right here, I think, is my best shot of the tournament, at least of this round so far.
Yeah, dude. Great shot. Wow. There you go.
flying.
After barely being able to make it about 400 feet off the tee through 2 shots, I probably threw about a 380-foot shot, which left about 34 feet. I was just outside the circle.
Oh my God.
I really thought I made that, and this once again lets me know I need to really practice my Anheuser putting so I can get around those obstacles that are to the right of the basket. Hole 17 is about 360 feet just straight up this gap, so I decided to throw my river. Thought I threw it perfect. Honestly, thought it was a little bit long of the basket, but it was way shorter than I thought, and so I had this putt. Slipped just off my finger, but still almost made it. Even these putts became scary in the rain. So here we move on to hole 18, last hole of the day, and I'm actually tied for second right now with Brandon, who's on my card. This hole's a par 4, but only just over 300 feet. That's because it's a double island. You either make the first island or the second island, or you go to a drop zone, and I was going for the second island because I wanted both an eagle look as well as the potential to put some pressure on for second place. I just need one good area to grab. All right, there we go.
Fly.
Okay.
I don't know what
That's it?
It was safe. Carissa's helping me so much with my towel as well as chalk bag, as well as filming. And because everything was so wet, I went really fast towards the end there. And so she missed my eagle bid, which I missed just off the front cage, then rolled away about 20 feet. But I was luckily able to still make the birdie putt. So 2 out of 4 birdies at the end isn't bad. But as you'll notice, I'm getting the 3rd place trophy.
Third place. There you go. Yeah, very nice. I pull out the next.
Because even though Brandon didn't make the second island, he made the first island on a slipped throw and threw in for eagle with his distortion from about 150 feet, which is a wild way to lose, but I'll take 3rd place. Pretty solid. Still disappointed, but is what it is. Yeah, man. 19 down. This was a fun course, dude.
This was a very fun course, very large course.
Yeah, you played both of them blind as well, which is wild.
All 3 of them.
Yep.
Yeah,
All three, both of us. What do you think people should take away from you beating everybody by 7 strokes at least, or 6 strokes?
Play your game.
Yeah.
Do what you do. Don't take chances unless you have to. Pay attention to your second shot. Putts are crucial. Just have fun more than anything.
I think that's one of the things that I've been struggling a lot with is just having fun. Here it's like there's pressure, it's PDGA, you know, instead of just going out and having fun for sure.
Yeah, I've been playing AM1 long enough where that pressure's still there, the excitement's still there,
Yeah.
but I can push it by. So
How many bogeys did you take the whole tournament? Like 3 in all
2
this
or
round?
3, 2 or 3
In all this round?
All this round. Yep.
Yeah, so clean.
Yep, clean.
Without a forehand too.
It's come back. It hurts me. But I do got to work on that.
Do you want to work on the forehand, or do you think that if you just get good enough at those like soft ante bids, you don't even need it?
I like the ante. I'm
Yeah.
good at the ante. I think I want to work on the short game sidearm.
Yeah.
Nothing from the tee. Tee's going to hurt my shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm 40 years old. I'm not going for that part anymore.
39.
39, whatever, close enough. Yeah, I appreciate playing with you, man. That was a really good fun round. A blast watching how well you throw.
Thanks.
Killer shots, man.
Yeah.
Killer shots.
What would you say I need to work on to win my next tournament?
Man, with the way your ethic, I can tell the way you practice and the way you putt that it's just consistency. It's and in all honesty, a lot of times it's luck of the draw, the wind, the cage outs, some short trees. Everyone,
The cage out the 4 putt.
everyone gets them.
Yeah.
Everyone gets them. It's how well you rebound from that happening.
Yep.
It's how well you can come back, and so
Cool.
that's where it's at.
Yeah, man. Congrats on the win.
Appreciate it very
Appreciate
much.
you being on the channel.
No problem whatsoever. Oh, I just want to give a shout out to my team, Team Baby Arm, Team MSDGC, Team K Aces, and one Larry Laban. He helps us put up a bunch of stuff for this, so I just want to give a shout out to those guys. Let's keep playing.
It is so wet. Where are we going today?
Dude, I don't know.
Maybe to like a coffee shop or something. Now here we are outside Starbucks, editing the video and trying to get all of our stuff dry because this is the first round of disc golf ever that I've played in the rain. Honestly, I'm still waiting for final confirmation on that provisional thing that I played with the TD because I emailed him because in the caddy book it says there's no OB on that hole. So hopefully something can get worked out. I honestly just want that 1 stroke for the sake of the rating because my rating will go up by about 10 points for that last round. But if it is what it is and nothing can change on that because we did finalize scores and whatever and he did say no in the moment, which is unfortunate and maybe I should have brought up the caddy book thing. I still shot 1 down on that course, which is a tough layout. With a 4 putt for a 956 rated round is way above my rating and honestly feels about where I should be rated right now. So if I continue to just build up that consistency, everything should grow. Because one of the big things I took away from this tournament is I had the most birdies out of every single person in that tournament. I had 3 more birdies than Eric did, who beat me by 7 strokes. So if I would have just kept things a lot more clean, it definitely could have been better. And I think some of the main things I need to work on are my turnover shots, especially in the woods, and just playing more woods golf. As we were driving to Starbucks today, it's about an hour away from the course, I was talking to Chris and I was like, I really have not played almost any woods golf because I've been all out in like desert areas, throwing over things, maybe through a couple trees, but nothing in the woods except for the past maybe 3 or 4 weeks. So to have a 960 rated tournament, I'm honestly really proud of it. Still disappointed that I didn't get the win. There's so many things to take from this and learn, and luckily I have another tournament next weekend, and I'll definitely update you guys along that way. But I think what I'm trying to take out of this tournament is to be proud of my play, knowing that there are things that I can fix, but if I feel more confident and proud of how I play, I'll feel more confident to throw better shots. Instead of trying to get down about the fact that I missed my eagle putt on hole 18 to push a playoff, I can know that both of these guys were 25 and 45 points above my rating, and I just was pushing them for the whole time, playing honestly pretty good golf. So I'm going to try to take the positives from that and move into the next tournament. Still didn't get my 1,000 rate around this tournament, so hopefully one of these next 3 that I'm playing this month, I will. But here is the super cool triple mirror. That's kind of cool. You can see the camera in there with some lights on it for 3rd place. Really cool trophy, and it feels nice to have a trophy that says MA1 on it, because that's where I think I should be playing right now, at least for the next couple months to a year when I might be able to go pro, but a lot more work between then and now. Let me know what types of videos you want to see as I'm working on all this. I have a lot of videos filmed and a pretty heavy upload schedule coming in the next couple months. Please subscribe because I'm trying to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers by the end of September, which it looks like we're gonna hit because you guys are being so supportive. But thank you for everyone who's encouraging me in the comments, and I think we'll get one of these next 3 tournaments. Check out the whole tournament playlist, which has everything from my in the bag to all 3 of the round overviews right over here. And if you've already watched all those, a lot of my other content is POV disc golf, where I go out with the GoPro on my head and show you courses that I'm playing across the country. And you can check out one of the coolest courses, which is in Moab, Utah, right down here. I'll see you in those. Peace.